The Table is Yours podcast contains content that may not be suitable for some audiences, such as themes of violence, swearing, sexual language, alcohol, and death. We advise you to check the episode description for any other specific content warnings. Please, if any sequences or episodes are ever triggering or uncomfortable in any way, we ask you to take a pause from the episode or skip it entirely. It is important that our table is a safe space for everyone, including you.
The Table is Yours podcast is a role-playing adventure show where a bunch of friends around a table and through video call play tabletop role-playing games like Dungeons & Dragons. Together, we hope to bring the joy and fun of our game to you wherever you are, as if you are a part of our table. For when you're sitting, creating, and playing with us, the table is yours.
Hello, and welcome to The Table is Yours, a role-playing adventure show where a bunch of friends play around a table as well as through video call. I am your GM, Con Riley. My pronouns are they, them. You can follow me everywhere at Kryles. And we're doing some video game fun facts for today. My video game fun fact is, if you didn't know, Waluigi's original name, before he legally changed it, was Jimmy Papadopoulos.
Yes.
It's true, he legally changed it. So his name is Waluigi, but his original name was Jimmy Papadopoulos.
So I too can legally change my name
To Jimmy Papadopoulos.
Hi, my name is Lexime. I use she, her pronouns, and I play Cornelia Ruby Rousseau. No, that's the full name. She also uses she, her pronouns. You can find me at Be Real with Lexime Help You or on Instagram with Lexime Hunter. My first video game that I fully played was Pokemon, and the fun fact is...
Which one?
Fire Red. I didn't know how to read at the time. And I literally willed myself into reading just so I could play Pokemon. I did not do it for school, didn't do it for anything else, just for Pokemon.
I also played Pokemon before I could read, but it wasn't my Pokemon, it was my brother's Pokemon. And I went into the box, like the PC box, and I think I told you this story. But yeah, I went in and I didn't know what the words meant, so I just clicked the button, and I released his Blastoise into the wild. I couldn't read, I didn't know.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I play Wash. Our pronouns are he, him. You can find me on Steam, Tangy Lobster, you know. Yeah, my fun fact is Ashley Birch voiced Tiny Tina because Anthony Birch was like, yo, I got the perfect person for it. But then to prevent it being seen as nepotism, he did not go into the room to give any other statement about Ashley Birch. And also, I have video game tattoos.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm
Sid.
I play sorcerer, fighter, nightmare, Codex Sayori. My pronouns are she, her, as are hers. I have a personal game fun fact and then a character one. But one of my favorite ever video games that I've ever played is Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. I think the game is very beautiful, and I think they did a lot of interesting things, and they tackled a very hard topic in a very sensitive way for the most part. And then my fun fact is that I think it was also a Pokemon one. I think if Codex was a gym leader, her team would be Ghost type Pokemon, and her main would be Gengar.
Hi, I'm Rebecca. I play Isabella Ballador, Tiefling Paladin Bard. We both use she, her pronouns. Fun video game fact, I don't play a lot of video games, but in high school I played Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube, and it's my favorite game I've ever played. The fun fact is that all the cutscenes prior had been, you get to watch, sit back, watch, enjoy, and then I got ice cream one day with Sydney, and we were sitting there on the couch watching a cutscene, and then I had to mash a button with the Krauser knife fight, and I didn't mash it in time, and then I died, and then I had to redo the whole fucking scene. So it was kind of traumatic.
Hi, I'm Vic. I have they, them pronouns, and you can't have them. I play Terrence Astanis, who uses he, they pronouns, and he is also a rat man. He's not actually a rat. I would like to clear that up.
To some people he is.
We're very far in now, but he's actually just a human.
Just has
human guy.
rat-like personality traits.
He's just like ratty. So I didn't have any video games growing up. So the first time I had like a console was the Wii when I was like 14 or 13. Me and my siblings, our favorite game to play on the Wii was Sonic and the Secret of the Rings, but it wasn't actually the game. Like, we did not play story mode at all. It was only party mode, and we bought it for $5 recently at Walmart and play it when I play it with them when I go home. And it's great.
Fun.
That's fantastic. Yeah. I love that. We'd play the one with the genies in the treasure chest, and it would take forever. It took so long, because as soon as you got a genie, you had to start over.
Oh my
guys, I'm Heather Alexandria Lore. I play Shay Erebos. I prefer adjectives, I'll be honest, but since Con will kill me, you can put she, they. And my most popular video games that I've played, Dragon Age.
You can, of course, follow us everywhere at TTIYDND on all the socials. Support our Patreon. We'll have fun stuff up there, I'm sure. But this is month before, so who knows what's up there. There could be anything. Anything. Follow us. We're cool. We love you. You love us, I'm hoping. Because you're here. But either way, we still love you. Yeah, we love you more. No you. But with that, with no more questions, concerns, comments, queries, understandings, wonders, hopes, dreams, wishes, let us get into the recap of what happened last episode on The Table Is Yours.
What story shall be sung today? One can never know how the melody might sound. Our adventurers have already begun to pluck the strings of their story, and their combined composition is unfolding like a road before us.
The goddess one found was Visara, the Lady of Want, but she's actually the goddess of pleasure and beauty. One tried to release her, but she started drowning, so Wash had to drag her back above the surface. One told me what goddess it was and dove right back in. Everyone did, actually, except me, Casimir, and Maud. We stayed to save the others from drowning, but also so that what happened to me with Oathmere didn't happen to me again. Everyone saw different versions of the goddess that aligned with their ideas of pleasure and beauty. Wash actually saw the tips of Visara's hair turn pink, just like Codex's. Anyways, the rest of the party shared pleasures with the goddess, which seemed to slowly break at her bonds, but they drowned one by one because it was really fucking hard to stay in such close proximity to the goddess. One even kissed Wash, but Visara declared there wasn't real pleasure in that. Codex asked the goddess to share about her experiences with pleasure and beauty, and as she talked about watching two people fall in love for the first time, it was too much for Codex to handle, and she began to drown. Visara explained that many men had tried before to take the diamond, and they succumbed to her influence. They accidentally fell in love with the idea of drowning. That was happening to Codex. One tried to knock her out of it, but Wash pushed one aside and began crying for Codex to wake up, and ended up kissing her, which immediately freed Visara with the act of pure passion. One ended up with the diamond, and we got everyone to the surface. We ended up back at the keep and discussed what to do with the diamond in reference to a potential upcoming fight with Balthazar. Codex suggested we wish Balthazar never became a vampire, which resulted in her and Fiara getting into it. Fiara said Balthazar was so deeply rooted in Zabraria's history that wishing him dead would have a sort of catastrophic butterfly effect. Codex commented she didn't understand how one person's life could have such an impact, which pissed me off and led to one fully leaving the table. Codex followed her, and one explained she got her brother, Ezra, killed, and her other sibling disabled, all because she dragged them on a mission, even though they didn't want to go. One stared at the diamond on her finger and confessed to Codex that she was thinking about using it to bring back her brother, not to wish the sun back. That would really complicate things.
Also, before we start this session, everybody has already done it, but I forgot to say it. Level up not to 7, but to 8.
Woohoo!
Because I'm nice like that. Mm-hmm. So let's start exactly where we left off. The last thing that was said was what you said, one to Codex. As Codex is literally fully submerged, well, not fully submerged, but like she's in the bath with you because she gave you a hug. So you're still in like the warm bath of that room. Table's yours.
She definitely, like, after she says that, she just kind of, like, looks at it, like, looks at you, looks back at the ring, and kind of, like, slumps a little bit, just, like, pondering what she just said.
She kind of, like, she sits back, probably, like, backs up enough that she can sit on, like, the ledge of the tub. She's still close to you, but she's like, we're not hugging anymore, so I'm gonna sit. And she kind of, like, she has her hands in her lap, and she looks at you. She seems like there's a lot of things she wants to say, and she like is like fiddling with the very wet pants she's now wearing, and she looks over at you and she's like, I don't want to tell you what you should or shouldn't do, because there's no way I could. I mean, I don't know everything that happened, and I know you're in pain, and I understand that you do have the chance right now, and I know if I was in your position and it was my brother, I wouldn't think about it. But when I did have the chance to bring someone back, I don't know if it was just because it was someone that I didn't know very well, or I was worried about whether she'd want to be brought back with a wish like that. And I know this is different. This isn't a wish made from the blood of 30 people. This is just a wish, but it's still linked to a trespasser god.
She ponders that for a second. I have to believe he'd want it back. He left behind a little too much to just want to rest forever.
Do you think he would want back in this way?
I don't know. I can tell you, definitely didn't want to go out the way he did.
I don't think anybody wants to go out.
I think there's a difference between people going out because they're going out than someone literally telling you they don't think we should be doing this right now.
I don't think I understand.
We were looking for something. We were poking in an area that we shouldn't have been. He didn't want to be there, and he told me that. And I got to leave, and he didn't. How's that fair?
I mean, it's not.
So I think using an unfair wish makes sense.
Would you tell me about your brother?
About Ezra?
Yeah.
He's my younger brother. But you wouldn't know that when you look at us, because he always was the smarter one. He spent a lot of time with my dad. So he's really good at tinkering. Although he was kind of more into the alchemical side of it. He was the level-headed one. I have another sibling, Axel, and she is kind of laughing while she's saying all these things too. I think you'd like Axel. They're a little unhinged.
When you pause to laugh for a second, there is this kind of awkward as you hear someone step into the bathroom, and you see Maud kind of walk in with a towel. Oh, sorry, Terrence said I could use this to freshen up. Is that not right?
You absolutely can.
She's in for clothes?
I don't know what.
Oh, yeah, it's a skin ball locker room tradition.
I'm washing me and my clothes.
Then she drunk as fuck.
It's a good luck thing.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll take one of the pools there, I guess. And she's just gonna step down into the bathhouse, or she's gonna step down into a bath and just sit down and. You sure you two are alright and okay if someone else is in this room?
Yeah, she looks over at one. I think we're okay.
Okay. And she just kind of lays back.
Her full tat.
She puts in her earphones.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, Codex is just awkwardly sitting on the ledge, and she kind of pulls her one leg out, and she kind of looks back at you, and then pulls her other one out.
I start to get out too.
My door's always open. And she'll reach out and kind of take your hand.
I think you should go talk to Wash.
Okay. I'm gonna dry off for okay. Okay. And she kind of turns and wet steps and grabs a towel and starts toweling off. She's gonna go to her room and change so she's not soaking wet.
Yeah, she kind of awkwardly is I probably should have. She has that look of I should have said more about that, but oh well. I look to Mon and I'm is Fiara still here?
Yeah, last time I think she was with Casimir, Issa, and Shay going to the bar.
I'll try to close up, make my way down there.
Terrence's probably just gonna go back to his room. He has to redisperse some of the serums that he has to have them on his person, because he used all the ones on his belt. So he's just gonna go to his room and fold out his little table and start messing around with some stuff. He got the blue mushroom caps from past the black lights, and he's gonna put those in a similar irrigation to what he has for the sun spores, and just kind of set that up in his safe that he has in his room.
Cool.
So that he can propagate those and see if he can grow more to use to experiment for a later date.
The Shroom King.
Yeah. He's just gonna be fiddling around there. His door's probably cracked open in case anyone wants to talk to him.
Gotcha. Let's get like Issa, Shay, Casimir, and Fiara in the bar then.
Shay's gonna hop behind the bar then, and... What's your poison? We got a little bit of everything back here now that we're stocked.
Do you have like... It reminds me of home.
There you go.
Do you just like hand her a glass?
Yeah, I'm gonna do like a neat pour. I'm guessing it's
Nice.
like in the back. Anyone else? Cass?
Kaz like kind of like looks at you, like very stone faced. Looks at Issa stone faced. Do you have wine? Like white.
Sure.
And he just like kind of like shifts over to like a chair, just like sits down.
Does this remind you of home as well?
No. Yes, they both sit down with their drinks.
Issa?
Yeah, can I just have a shot of vodka, please?
She pours you way too much.
2
like
shots.
half a cup.
It's half a cup. She's like, that was a lot, Shay.
I really didn't expect you to take it all down at once, but good for you. Go ahead. She's gonna make her own kind of drink with like, there will be way too much like ingredients and
It's
very
a Long
high
Island.
on those. It's yes, it's an adios, motherfucker. She's gonna pour some more vodka for Issa as well, and then take her drink and go over and sit with Fiara and Kaz.
Issa's like, I didn't want any. I just wanted one shot. I think you poured me 3, so I think I'm good. And she'll just push it back. Like, do we have water up here?
I'm sure there's some back there, but
Okay, and I hop over the bar and grab some water, and then I'll join.
Fiara just lets out this like sigh. She just like rubs like the top of her forehead and just like drinks. She's not drinking blood. She's drinking. Well, obviously you get
yeah,
alcohol,
there
but
goes. Yeah. You want to talk about it? Or anything, really?
I just think that it's going to be a complicated situation.
Yes.
My brother's vindictive, so even if we are successful, we think, as she kind of like looks over to Casimir, we are at probably more threat than anybody else.
Understandably so. You've known him for centuries.
Well, let's just hope that our plan works for trapping him.
Do you think you'd be amenable to negotiation?
She's like about to start a word, then she will stop herself. Maybe I don't know. He's always kind of been, even before she kind of gestures to her entire self. He's always been very determined and very in his own way.
I understand that mentality.
I think when he's done for negotiations, it's less of how can you both meet in the middle and how can you meet him where he's at. Or like, what will you sacrifice that he's satisfied with it, if that makes sense.
Oh yes, yes it does. So I'm going to say that's a no to negotiation.
Probably.
Diplomacy. In that case, does he have any weak spots? Anything that you think we might be able to take advantage of to distract him or throw him off in any way?
He's a talker.
Mm.
He likes to boast, but you could... I haven't seen him fight much, but he likes to talk.
I know that you have not seen him in this respect in many ways, but do you know if there's anyone, as I hate to say it, special enough to him that we could use as leverage?
Leverage? I don't know about leverage, but from everything that everyone said, it seems like he has a liking towards Codex.
Yes, but I don't really want to hold a knife to my friend's throat just
Oh,
to get
well,
him.
Well, yeah, I don't know if it'd be leverage, but he doesn't have... Balthazar is a person who has nothing to lose, necessarily. All he has to lose is his goal, which is a big thing for most people, but he's not tied to many things. Unfortunately, he's not like my brother and me, as she looks over to Casimir, where we would do most things to make sure that at least he's alive. I think we are just as much cannon fodder ability as you all are. We might not survive. Casimir just kind of nods and drinks out of the wine.
He does come across as such. Well, I can guarantee to you that this is a strong group, And we'll do everything we can to make sure that we all make it out. At least in mostly one piece. And hopefully with our goal reached.
I think best case scenario, we get him and get him out quick before he can even say anything. Because if his undead army comes, you can expect the Volgard to follow suit. And if the Volgard are there, we have Balthazar captured, and he lets everybody know that the Bull of the Naramont Society is a vampire. I don't think I'll be holding my status much longer. Which, if that's what it has to be, that's what it has to be.
Can you go with Phoebe, just in case there's any onlookers, or would that take too much energy?
I could. But then what if he has a way to remove that disguise?
Does he know it?
Phoebe's just me. That's what I looked like before.
I mean, I do have a handy skill with disguises. If you'd like to go with anything else, shouldn't take any energy.
I appreciate that. I just think maybe it's best as she again looks back to Casimir, who's probably like just looking down at his wine. Taste this head on.
Okay.
Which is why we have this. So she brings out of she probably has a satchel that she had brought with her that she kind of pulls out this old tome that she kind of plops on whatever coffee, bar peanut table, and it's this very old. It doesn't look dusty, but you could see it with dust. You'd be like, yeah, I could see that book being dusty. But it's very old. But it's this very old tome that looks encrusted along the two top parts of the binding on its spine. It looks like they're metal, maybe gold, probably bronze, but to look gold. And it has this very interesting detailing in the outside leather of the binding that looks like hands lifting up a sun. Issa, roll a history check. No, Issa, roll a religion check.
24.
This looks like it could be the famed book that people have talked about before in Zabraria, known as the Tome of Berengar. You're not sure, but you've heard of that symbol on the book on this famed book before. It's not that's not you don't see that when you go to a temple of Zaharis. You don't see hands lifting up a sun.
Right. Yeah, I think Issa was pretty quiet during the discussion, probably looking down at her water in her cup while they had that little confab, especially when Fiara mentions the undead army coming. She's like, oh, right, that. And then she looks up when Fiara plops this book down, and she's kind of like, where did you get that? Is that the Tome of Berengar?
She kind of looks at you and smiles a bit. She says, well, I am the Bull of the Naramont Society, and we do have access to all the logs and tomes of the Berg and the country. So, it took some digging, but I found it. And I would be in a lot of trouble if anybody knew I had this. I would most likely get executed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What is it?
Why do you have it?
She kind of, as you say, what is it? You say, why do you have it? I can answer both. Well, it is a very old tome written by Berengar Bart, grandson of Theobald Bart. Basically, the priest that launched us into the modern day of our Zaharis Theocratic Society. This was his original tome. It has a lot of spells, knowings of the use of Zaharis' power, the Fair Father's will, when it comes to us, well, not all of us, but us civil folk who worship the Fair Father and Quedona, the Moon Mother. But there's a passage, as she opens it up, there's a passage in this tome that is used to eradicate undead.
Ooh. Shade then.
No, it's too late. But Casimir and I believe there's a way that we can change the incantation's words in the incantation to maybe, instead of eradicating Balthazar, nulling and pacifying him. Most spells, divine, arcane, natural, only a certain mix of syllables, words, and other things like that. So we've done some research ourselves to see if there's a way to use it to bind him. And I guess, and she looks at Casimir, also have it as a last-ditch effort if we need to get out of here. And I don't mean by teleportation.
I see.
Okay, so you need Balthazar unconscious. She like doing air quotes, and then she's like, so that you can bind him.
She nods.
Okay, and then where are you taking him?
I'd say currently that's need to know.
Fair enough.
When he's safe and secure, we'll let you know.
Okay, so if one of you dies, this plan kind of just doesn't.
Casimir kind of hops in and says if one of us dies, the other one does it. We are our backups.
Alright.
The incantation from what we've done before, it seems to have a directional blast. So maybe take out some of the undead army as well. As long as we have the book in front of our hands, it shouldn't affect us.
Good.
Okay.
Unless we use it as a radius.
Please don't.
Well, I'm all for theories. And I hope that you're right.
Casimir kind of like chimes in again and says, we've tested it out before, and it seems to work. We just don't know with Balthazar and his... We're not regular vampires. As he kind of like stops himself to then clarify. His underlings are vampire spawn. We are true vampires, but not because we were turned like others. We don't necessarily fit in the laws of most vampires, because we were not bitten, as they both like kind of reveal their neck. She wished it. Or so we assume from what information we've gathered from what the Fated Fates found out.
Seems correct.
So this is all posing. We know it works on undead. We don't know if it'll work on...
What you want.
Right.
At the very least, it does seem like it may weaken, though, yes.
We hope. Our only other option would be testing it on each other.
What if it doesn't work?
If it doesn't work, then... we kill my brother.
Sounds like we have a bit of a plan, then.
I just know it'll be very hard to weaken him.
Oh, I can imagine. Especially if he has any friends with him and is ready for a fight.
And he will.
Mm-hmm.
What I'll say is, he would be the target. Weaken him. It improves the possibility of chance to bind him. And then Casimir could teleport us away. Obviously, he's going to keep people away from him. And I'm sure he'll have... And you watch they both kind of turn to each other. Cypress there,
Cypress?
his pet.
Oh, similar to yours, yes. Is there anything we need to know about Cypress?
I mean, they're all similar. But we haven't really raised, she kind of does air quotes, Coward and Israel to be killers. So that's the plan. If it comes down to killing him and we need to because it doesn't work, then we kill him.
Right.
And then clean up his mess. Or we can clean up his mess, weaken him, bind him, have somebody for information if he ever chooses to talk. She then kind of like downs her drink. Wash, what you doing?
I guess I'm still wandering the halls looking for
You have
codex.
chains dragging on the floor.
There's probably a water trail of footprints up from the bathroom, up the stairs to her room.
So I guess I'm gonna see the trail of wet footprints and follow them.
Probably leaving her room as you're coming up to come find you because Connie was like, go talk to Wash.
Hey, do you have a moment?
Yeah, I was actually coming to find you because Connie said that I should talk to you, so. What's up?
Can we talk in more private, I guess?
Okay. Yeah, come in.
Right, so, Wash is gonna make sure the door is closed. I don't really know quite how to put this, since I'm not really, in touch with my emotions.
Right.
But I think I have feelings for you.
She kind of like stares at you for a second, and she just kind of like, she's like, I mean, yeah, I would hope you like me. We've been friends for like...
Not like that. He kind of like uncomfortable and like scratching his head like,
Oh, wait. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Just Codex and start like tapping.
No, her ears are just like, they like fall, droop, and she just looks so like, what the fuck? And she's like, why? I mean, no, that's...
Me?
Codex is like pointing at herself, looking around the room like,
She's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You're, well, I mean, why? Okay, so not why in the sense that, like, why, but, like, you're very, She's, like, dead pauses. It's just, like, not looking at you. You're very cool, and, you know what you're doing and everything, and I'm... Why?
Listen, I'm not very cool. And I sure don't know what I'm doing. So.
I mean, Felix, let's both be real, you're kind of cool, like...
I don't know.
Okay.
I feel comfortable around you, and I don't feel like I have to be on guard as much.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, same. So, what brought this on? Like, what, I don't want this to feel like I'm not... Sorry, I'm not used to this kind of stuff. This hasn't happened. I'm not used to this. Why? Well, not why. I've already asked that. Oh my god. Okay, so... I appreciate you being honest with me, and I don't want this to feel like I'm not... There's nothing here. I also like you. Yeah, what? What happened to make...
She doesn't remember anything.
Oh, fuck. So I didn't really think on it too much until, I guess, the diamond. You almost died for a bit.
Yeah.
And I was not doing great because of that. And in that, I guess, state, I ran to you and we brought you back. Sorry, I guess I couldn't really ask at the time, but I kissed you, and I guess that was what freed the goddess of want. Listen, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad you help me not die. And I get, yeah. So I'm not angry. So that's good. And I think that it's fine. And I'm sorry, I'm really not good at this stuff. And we'll just not count that one. 'Cause I wasn't there. And, unless you want to count it, which could be weird, I don't know. But, I'm not interested. I'm just, I don't fucking know.
Wash is kind of just like, we cannot count it.
Okay, cool. Because that would have been the first one that I got, and that would have been kind of a nightmare to explain to literally anyone. I just, like, if we just don't count, it'll be fine. So, like I said, I'm not interested. I'm just, this is a new thing. I've never liked anyone.
Wash is currently doing what I'm doing, which is like hand on thigh, just like eyes get big, like, okay.
She's not looking at you. Ears are just like super flat down, and she looks like she's like just it's processing, and we're good. And she's like I said, I'm this is new, and she finally like looks at you, and I have never like liked anyone like that, and I think this could be good. This is not coming out. This is not going well. I'm so sorry.
No, it's alright.
Let's just like if you're cool with it, like if you're cool with it, we just keep doing what we're doing, and if stuff happens, it happens, and that's cool.
Sure.
You don't seem sure.
I mean, I'm not good at this stuff either.
That's great, because neither am I, so we'll figure it out together, and it'll be fine.
Well, I still have feelings for you, and I gotta go yell at one now.
Okay,
Wash kind of like opens his arms slowly for like a hug.
She like, it takes her like a second to process all of that, and she's just like, yeah, sure, okay. And she like gives you a hug, and she'll like give you a little kiss on the cheek.
Wash blushes.
You can totally see Codex is blushing too, even through all the fucking fur. She just kind of like pulls back, and she's like, "Don't, you know what? You can yell at Connie if you want to. That's fine. She is a little rough right now, and Maud kind of, it's fine. This was great.
Good talk, bud.
Thank you for helping me not die and get a good night's sleep. This is fucking weird.
Yeah, you too. See ya.
Yes.
Alright, what are you doing?
I'm going to the bar, I guess, to talk.
Yeah, so if you go to the bar, probably by that time too, Fiora finishes her drink, and she probably like grabs the tome, puts it back in her satchel, and says like, "I'll be back." And she kind of like walks out. She'll probably pass by you if you're walking to the bar, but she's not going to pay you any mind if you don't stop her.
I think I'm going to keep this trend going of typical Connie fashion. She's talking to Vita and being like, "Fiora, I need to talk to you. Fiora,
Yes.
I need to talk to you."
Sure. She kind of just like shakes her head a bit, puts her like glasses up on her head, and here in the hallway.
If you're not feeling you right now, we don't have to do this conversation.
I'm feeling nothing but me right now, so I'd like to be distracted. If you don't think the conversation's gonna make me totally.
Oh, I don't.
You have questions about the fight? Oh, sorry. You have questions about my brother?
In a way, a roundabout way.
I just go to the dining table. And she kind of like just like quick turns. You see like her hair kind of. She like then puts her glasses back on and like walks downstairs back to the kitchen, the dining table.
I follow suit. Try to be quick to not waste your time. I'm trying to figure things out too, so I apologize if I am not concise.
It's about the wish.
It's about the wish.
Listen, it's your choice. I don't know what you all went through to get it, but
I lost my brother. And it's hard for me not to wish him back right now. But in doing so, jeopardizes our mission. And I thought I would talk to you because I said, regardless of what happens, I make this wish in front of you.
like when you say that, she kind of, like she does like she looks like she's like, you know, sometimes like you can tell someone's thinking of what they're gonna say next. Like they're taking what you're saying, and then like they're like, you see their mind like they're like working to then like respond. When you say that about your brother, she kind of like stops, like a little bit out of shock. Sorry, I'm at a loss for words. Is that the wish you want to make then?
Yeah.
Do you think that's the best choice?
No.
I don't mean for this. Do you think that's the best choice?
Then yes.
Why? Before I also press more about your wish,
I'm not going back in time to change it.
That's not what I mean. Do I want you to use the wish to undo what Balthazar is going to do so we can try to minimize any more catastrophe? Yes. Where I'm coming from, and this does not make me equal, it's just I'm trying to put relation on the table. I've also experienced loss. That's where I'm coming from, just so you know. Not because I want you to use the wish for this. The wish is yours, and I do truly mean that. Do you think that's the best choice? And then, dependent on your answer, may I have a conversation with you as one person to another?
I'll answer. Yes, you may have a conversation. I do think it is the best use because it is my fault that he isn't here anymore. So I want it to be my wish to bring him back.
I guess part of me says I can't really speak on death. Not that I can't die, but that I've forgone it for so long. But I won't pretend to say that I think all things happen for a reason. Though
I think all things happen the reasons postdated.
I can agree to that. When it comes to these wishes that are happening, do you ever wonder why myself, Casimir, and or Balthazar even aren't using it to bring back Ponte? And I'm not saying whatever our reason is a higher reason or better, but are you curious why we're so focused on this rather than that? Because I can probably give you an answer. I can't speak for my brothers, but I will. She would kind of like scoffs.
Ponte's a place.
Yes. Well, I guess physically yes, but it's not what it was.
I'm having a hard time comparing a person to a place.
I guess we haven't spoken very much. Do you know about all the things I've lost? And this is not a chain comparison. I'm just, if you don't know this, if you need the context.
Yeah, truly, I have no context. I really have never spoken much. Like last two, like really never really spoken to any of you. Past business, and I've never spoken to Balthazar. So I'm kind of just here.
We're from a city. It was a kingdom almost. Well, not even a kingdom. There was no king or queen. There were designated lords and also other politicians, but it's neither here nor there. A place called Ponte. It's in the northwest of the wilds, and it was taken from us. Our entire family killed. Our entire city killed. And this is going to sound so boasting, I'm sure, to somebody who's never seen a place like this. I know I don't mean that, that's not me patronizing you, I don't think anyone's ever seen a place like Ponte, but Ponte was as close to a utopia as there ever could be. And we were killed for not being worshippers of the Fair Father. That was 300 years ago. We lost our parents on Casimir's 14th birthday. It was his birthday. And then our entire city turned to what is now known for most people in the wilds as the ruins of Ponte. And then after that, the wilds followed. It used to be lush plainlands.
So why don't you wish it back?
Because it'll just happen again. There's a root to this problem. If I have the willpower or ability to wish it back after I solve the root, then I'll do it. So my question to you is, the root of your situation with your brother for why your brother is gone and you blaming yourself, is it gone so that he'll be safe when he's back? Or are you throwing him right back into the fire? If it is, then wish him back. I will not blame you. I mean, do whatever you like, but the reason why none of us are wishing the wild to go back to their lush lands or for Ponte to be what it was once is how do I know that the bird won't do it again? And that's just, I think, what we're all trying to do in our own ways. She kind of rolls her eyes. But that's my advice. You don't need to take it.
May I muse on the thoughts you have put in front of me?
You can do whatever you like. I'm not in charge of you.
Well, I mean, I don't want to waste your time. You've told me you don't want me to waste your time.
I'm at a point in my life where I think it might be over soon. So, time is just time.
I guess I'm asking my news to you.
Yes.
I don't think Ezra is as important to the world as Ponte. I think the most important thing he ever did was be Lord Theodore's kid.
I don't think Ponte was important to the world. I think Ponte was important to my world. I'm not saying that. And I don't want to dredge up any what have yous and what happened, and you don't need to tell me.
At the end of the day, it wasn't his fight. He was helping me. And honestly, that fight doesn't really exist anymore.
Are you sure?
I mean, the rest of my family's still around.
It's hard not knowing the root.
I'll be completely honest with you. The reason he died was we were looking into the Nermont Society. We were trying to go through Protonotary, find any information on Seraphima. A paper trail to show that what she's doing in the wilds is not lining up with what she's saying in the public eye.
I wouldn't have information on that.
But you probably have information on their taxes.
That's true.
And things don't line up. I know.
So your problem is with Seraphima?
Yes.
Then the root of your problem is still present.
But her problem isn't Ezra, it's me.
Well, it is now.
So what you're saying, if I'm taking this all incorrectly, and she's like looking at her ring. It's not to use this one. Wait until that's done. And the next one I have, use for that.
That's my suggestion. But I'm just saying words.
Well, that's all we can do. What is a wish other than words?
Well, I'm sorry that happened in How long ago was that? I'm sorry that happened and not to kick sand in your eye, but you probably wanted to look through the onyx obscurity. Any dark deeds are known by Arathia Burke. She knows mine. One, it's your wish.
Call me Connie.
Connie, it's your wish. I can muse all I want all day about what I would do with it and what I think it should be done for tactical purposes, for beneficial purposes, but I know what it's like to lose family, friends.
Once we're done with this mission, and you can feel rest, do you have any wishes?
I don't really wish. I mean, sure, I have goals in life, but I think until the root of my problem is gone, I will be hyper-focused. I don't think I really take any pleasure any longer. Not when I focus on this.
You should take some time for yourself. You can find pleasure in the chaos. And look, I just got told by the goddess of pleasure and beauty that I do not have a lot of pleasure in me.
Well, then I wish the same for you. There's my wish.
I'm going to use this wish to figure this out. If you have any insight in the next diamond, would you let me know?
I mean, that is why you have the Fated Fates working for me currently. My goal is in line with the diamonds.
So yeah, my goal honestly right now is just kind of stay close by you while we wait, because I did promise that I would use this diamond while you're around. So I'm sorry you're kind of stuck with me.
That's fine. Why don't you tell me about how this thing was made? Or do you
Actually,
him?
really, it's actually a really interesting story.
Okay, cool. Isak has you guys are still in the bar.
I think Issa starts messaging throughout the house, and she's like, does anyone need anything from the market? Because I need new armor, and I will pick it up, and I'll buy it, and I don't care. And she's just like, please let me know. She's just
I respond, I'm like, can I get a breastplate? And you can just take as my, whatever I have in my 300, and I'll make up the rest later.
Sure, yeah. Issa has no intention of going down to get Codex's money. Issa is in the bar next to Kaz and Shay, and she just starts writing a list. She's like, breastplate, new blade. She's waiting for other responses.
What? Shield? And you also need a new axe.
Yeah, no, I just need...
You can also just repair your axe as well.
I appreciate that, Issa, but I think I might hop off and go take care of something quickly myself. But I'll let you know.
Okay. Anyone else? She's like trying to get Terrence and One and Wash to respond if they need something.
Oh, can you get me another dagger too? I send a message back to you.
Yeah, what kind of dagger?
Just a dagger. I just need one that I can yeet.
Okay, so a throwing... Okay.
Well, it's just a dagger.
No, you want a dagger, not a throwing knife? Okay.
No, a dagger. I've never practiced a throwing knife.
React with a double exclamation point to your text.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Got it.
Because my last dagger was inside the...
Right.
Terrence will send back, like, just like some vials. Mine keep breaking. The small ones, the ones that I keep on my belt.
The small, okay. Do you have a size? No.
Yeah, he does. He'll send you back, like, the exact whatever.
Okay, Kaz, do you want to come shopping with me?
Yes.
I guess so.
Okay, great.
I know you want to RP with Kaz, so we don't have to RP every shopping thing.
Yeah.
Just call it a flat. Call it 120 then. You probably will drop off your axe first, because the person's probably like, yeah, if you give it to me now, I'll probably have it done in like an hour.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's just fixing up the acid that corroded it.
Probably a common thing.
Like an hour to two. So if you're going to your little errand trip with Kaz, if you start there and then return there, you'll get it back. Do you want to stop anywhere by a magical shop maybe? By this little equipment?
Just keep a little shack.
I'm gonna go to see Gug.
Hi! Yeah. Alright, so yeah, as you guys are walking around, tip is yours.
Yeah, I think Issa's just kind of silent. She didn't enjoy the conversation that they just had. She likes that there's some sort of plan, but she doesn't like the plan because it doesn't sound very concrete, but she's like, fine, whatever. But I think when she heard Fiara and Kaz just talk about how they're like, yeah, like only one of us needs to be alive, and like it's fine, and like if we both die, just kill our brother, and blah 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 blah. She's like, Issa is realizing very quickly that she like has no idea if she can heal vampires because she is a paladin and is very much so raised and like taught to not do that. Very much so not do that and do the opposite. She's like trying to rack her brain if her healing spells will work, and she just kind of looks at Kaz and she's like, okay, if you and Fiara are putting yourselves in harm's way and you two are the only people who can bind Balthazar, I need to know if I can heal you. She's just kind of staring at him.
Shrugs his shoulders. I mean, probably.
Right, probably, but they don't really teach this in school. And
Issa, I'm standing in direct sunlight right now.
Okay, well that's not, I'm not, okay, that's not the same thing as me using direct celestial magic.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know. I shouldn't be able to do this.
Okay, well, I'm hoping that because, like you said in the conversation, you're both kind of different vampires, that the healing will work, and then I can just feel a little better about that. So, can I just... She like has a dagger in her hand. She's like, would you mind if I just, like, just a little nick? I don't want to do it. Like, I don't like the idea of hurting you, but also I really need to know if I can heal you because it's going to drive me crazy if we're in, like, a battle and I can't.
He rolls up his sleeve and just, like, holds out his arm.
Okay. I'm sorry. Sorry. And then she just, like, barely tries to nick him on the arm.
Yeah, probably for 1 damage.
Yeah, perfect. And then she tries to do lay on hands. Very hesitantly.
Just kidding. And it heals back up, and he kind of like smirks.
Okay.
Interesting.
Kind of sighs.
I did not think that would happen.
So you didn't think I could heal you?
I didn't know.
Okay. Well, when we do see your brother, I'm glad that I can heal you, because it seems like you and Fiara kind of have this suicide mission, and I don't really like that.
I don't think we have a suicide mission. I think we're just two people who have been running on theories and luck for a very long time, and so we need to kind of face the music if we need to face the music at a point.
I don't know. Don't you value your lives?
I don't know.
But when I don't value mine, it's a problem.
Yes.
What's different here?
I died a long time ago.
Doesn't mean you're less important than I am.
I don't think it makes me not important. I don't think my life's not important. I just think this is an important moment for the House de Marte. So, I can't go in there willingly without understanding this could be the end.
Okay. She just kind of is like, she's a little dejected. She's like, I get it, Kaz, but...
But what?
I don't know. I know life's not fair, but like, that's not fair of you both to say, okay, I'd rather kill all of us than just kill your brother. And I don't have an intention of killing your brother right now. And I just want you to know that. But like,
We didn't say we'd rather kill all of us than kill him. We said if it comes down to a position that we're put in where we're captured, imprisoned or something, it's just not smart to be taken. And I think Fiora missed the entire sentence of we're putting a lot of faith in the fated fates. That if we can't complete this, mayhaps you can.
well, I mean, I don't think we can bind him.
No, I'm not saying that. The diamonds, the corruption. Unless you don't care, which is also fair enough. You don't have to.
Yeah.
But I think a lot will come to light once these events play out.
Can't your sister just use, when Balthazar blots out the sun, can't she just try to find what she's looking for then?
What?
Well, she wants the sun to be, gone, and then she's gonna look for whatever she's looking for, the corruption. Can't she just do that?
Because the sun won't be gone.
Okay, but it'll be blotted out over Zabraria.
Because Balthazar doesn't believe that we can get rid of it.
You probably can.
We can. Balthazar just doesn't believe that nor want to hear it. Balthazar thinks scaring the people of Zabraria into a rain of or covered sun will give him power. But that still won't get rid of the inherent problem that is there. If the inherent problem that we're trying to find out is something that scares us, right? Balthazar is just trying to become a scarier thing. We are trying to get rid of it.
Oh.
Because he doesn't know anything about the diamond. Well, I don't think, not like we do at least. What we found out was because of our access in the Nerimon Society, something Balthazar's never had access to. And when we told him, he didn't want to hear it.
I mean, if he's working with Arathia, I think he probably has.
I don't think he's working with Arathia. I think Arathia's placating him.
Oh, sure. But she has a lot of knowledge that she can choose to share or not. But that's okay.
I think Arathia would rather have us die knowing the information so only Arathia knows. I think the only reason why myself and my sister are still alive with the knowledge of the diamonds is because she can't yet find a way to get rid of us. Balthazar would be a good way. So it would make no sense for her to tell Balthazar about the diamonds and then kill us. I mean, think about it. One worked for Arathia before but forgot it because Arathia made her forget. Arathia doesn't want anybody else to know about the diamonds. Codex knows, but sometimes I fear for Codex.
Don't we all?
Alright, okay.
As far as we're aware, the only people who know about the diamonds are myself and Fiora. We tried to explain it to Balthazar, but he said it was impossible or they're gone. And Arathia kind of shrugs.
And the Fated Fates.
And the Fated Fates are now working under the Fiora. You'll have to make yourself pretty interconnected in this world to make sure that Arathia can't reach you. But I'm sure being the people who saved the sun from being blotted out will most likely get you an audience with the king, so I'm sure the Fated Fates will be known. And then Arathia has nothing to do but allow you to be where you are. For now.
Well, she's been watching me for a while, apparently, so I don't know what she wants, but, yeah. Audience with the king.
Maybe. Who knows?
What a goal.
Why are you here? You said, do you want to be an adventurer? Do you want to help people?
I'm here because Guy died.
I know. So this is your swan song. After this, you're done with the Fated Fates.
I don't know.
Something to think about.
It's something I've thought about, but I think like you said earlier, I'm going into the fight with a similar willingness to do what it takes to stop your brother, and if that means dying, then it means dying.
And I understand that. I would never put that against you.
Oh, well, but it makes me sad that you also have that, so for what it's worth.
It makes me sad you have that.
But I get it.
As do I.
Well, I'm glad I can heal you.
He kind of like softly smiles. Why don't we live in the world where we're pretending like we win? Maybe that'll help us both.
Okay. How do you want to do that? He's just like, oh, I haven't thought about that. How would you like to do that?
I just assume I'm going to win.
She's like smirking. She's like, awesome.
King shit.
And I hope you do.
You mean you hope we do?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I hope we do. And I guess when we encounter your brother, you and Fiara are the most important people in the room. So.
And I think the Fated Fate's the most important people in the room. Even though most likely to be outside.
Okay. In the metaphorical room,
The most beautiful girl in the room. The whole wide room.
The whole wide outdoor room.
Good looking girl on the street. Yeah, depending on the street.
I don't know what this is, and
It's a Flight of the Conchords.
Oh my god, yes. Just like, are you saying?
A part-time model.
Oh yeah, I do know that part, yes.
You should probably keep your normal job. Well, buck up. You have to be heroes. And then just continues on you guys' way to pick up all your items.
when Kaz is like, you get to be heroes, she fully rolls her eyes and is like, yes, that's what I want.
You're the one who joined an adventuring guild.
Shit.
You go back to the Dark Turn, and inside, instead of seeing that weird, like, spidery person, you kind of see, like, this, like, tan guy. He has, like, gray, like, it's almost like silver gray hair. Looks like, you don't know if it's early graying or if that's just his hair color, but he looks young. He looks like he's, like, mid-20s. Oh, you're the Shadaka, yes?
I am.
Alright, well, here, and kind of, like, pulls out what looks like something wrapped in, like, leather. Like, I finished this today, so this is all for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's interesting request. I've never had something like that before, but it is, it's infused with more shadow magic, so.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Did you find anything interesting about the gems? I really only had a cursory rundown of it.
What do you think of the shadow magic? They seem to have different types of arcane abilities in them, but with what I was told about your weapons, I thought it would make more sense to augment them in that way.
Correct.
And I try to make them look nice as well.
Ooh, I open it up.
Yeah, if you open it up, they look like those like gauntlets that go like they have like the they extend to like a triangle almost like to like your knuckles, and they kind of go down to about here, and they look like it almost looks like I won't say like stars in the night sky. Like, it looks like this like obsidian sheen that then have like encrusted parts of those gems that now they look colorless, but they look like quartz like, but they look like almost like a polished quartz on the outside. So they kind of like glint and glimmer. Yeah, so that should hold all of them. You can, if you wish, to just tap them to release any weapons, but it should attune to you within at least a day, and then you can use them. But you might still be able to use them now. I think there's enough that it's just like a basic attunement, but it'll all be attuned to you. But yeah, it should be all good to go with all of that. So, any questions?
What's your name?
Kind of gets taken back a bit. Harrison?
Do you usually work here, Harrison? I haven't seen you here before.
No, I only came in recently. I've been kind of traveling around a bit, but I'm from the 9th originally, so yeah.
Is this sort of thing your specialty? She's sliding the gauntlets on.
Oh yeah, artificy. Yeah, I learned under. I don't know if you know. Do you know anybody from the 9th?
I do. I mean, you probably know Lady Seraphina, don't you? Versus?
His face gets immediately like wide-eyed and like a bit angry. Yes, I do.
Oh, I know her niece. She's a friend of mine, really.
Oh well. How's she doing?
Not really sure. She's a tough one to crack. Do you know one? Or I guess Connie?
Yeah, I know one. And I also know Connie. Be careful of her. She might be hard to crack, but she loves cracking other people.
Noted.
Sorry, it's not. It was a pleasure doing business for you.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Harrison. And I appreciate the knowledge. Would you like me to take her a message?
Yeah, just tell her it's her fault.
Does it just like disappear in the back?
No, he's like standing there. He probably because it's kind of awkward, so he probably is like looking down, like probably writing in the ledger.
Methinks we have a different topic of the witch.
Well, I hope to see you around here again, Harrison. And I appreciate your beautiful work.
He like kind of lines up a bit, like, yeah, I really do hope you enjoy it.
They already feel fantastic.
They look great.
Well, I guarantee I'll be back. So until next time.
Until next time. All right.
I did roll a vibe check, so I know exactly what I'm gonna do, and I'm sure it'll be fine. Is it relatively close to evening at this point?
Yeah, we'll call it like a nice 5. Why not?
Got it. She's probably like laying in her hammock bed, and she has her mage hand summoned, and it's that gnarly alley cat, and she's just like holding it above her, like staring into its eyes, and it's just completely deadpan like face because it's not a familiar or anything, and she's just like staring at it, and then she just kind of gives this like heavy sigh, and she's like, okay, and like drops it, and it just kind of dissipates, and she gets up out of the hammock, and she's going to walk down the hallway. This is probably before Issa gets back, and she's gonna knock on Terrence's door.
It's like cracked open, so you can knock and it'll just probably like push open a little bit. He's just he's in front of like this like blacked out plastic like tub that has like this blue glow coming from it because he's like irrigating the mushrooms that he has.
Okay, fucking Patrick Bateman from American Psycho.
What?
I'm blacked out.
It's just like a plastic bin.
Oh, I think you said a tub.
No, not like a big tub, like a tub, like
yeah,
a tub.
I was like your bathtub. You're like I'm cutting up bodies.
It's like a little
Yes, sir.
plastic or like wooden. So it's a wooden box that is like this blue glow coming from it, and he's just spraying it with a little water bottle, like a spritzer.
She probably knocks on the door, and it like pushes open. She didn't realize it was open. She's like, oh, hey, are you free for a second?
Yeah, what's up?
Okay. And she like steps inside, closes the door. I have a question. I have potentially a statement that might be a question, and then I think I need to talk to everyone.
Okay.
So did you I'm trying to figure out what to name this, and she like mage hand summons her mage hand again, and like it's in her hands, and it's just like that alley cat that just like is staring deadly, like just dead face at you. I'm thinking of naming it something so that it's not, because it's like it has kind of it feels like it has a mind of its own, and I was like, the jury is out, but I was thinking of weave, and does this look like a weave to you?
He's looking at you so weird, but like he's like, but in like a, I'm curious, but what the fuck is going on? Yeah, I mean that's a fine name for a grungy pink alley cat.
Well, it can be other stuff too. I'm talking about the magic as a whole, and like as she like goes to like do air quotes, like the cat just dissipates, and she's like magic as a whole.
Sure. Yeah.
Because it's like kind of alive, I guess. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. Because like it doesn't matter. Okay. Cool. So I'll stick with that for now. And if we find something else.
Are you okay? You're coming to me. No, I can't assume that you are. Yes.
But Terrence, you are one of the most. I know we haven't talked a lot, and I feel bad about it because I feel like you and I got along initially, and it was fun because you're very open and friendly and whatever. No, I'm freaking out a little bit. And
kind of like pushes a chair in your direction. He like kind of like puts it down the things he's working on and like pushes a chair and like sits down, pats the chair for you to sit down across from him.
You can sit down if you want to. I gotta stand.
Okay, never mind. He stands up. It'd feel weird if he was talking to you and you're standing. She closes.
Okay, so have you ever gone on a date or anything before? Like, have you ever planned one?
Yes, I have. He, like, winces. Yes.
So did it go well? Is it, like, do you have suggestions?
You could basically, like, see the thoughts, like, text across his face. Like,
He's blushing, he's like, Codex, did you ask me to do this?
Yes. Codex, I didn't know you felt this way about me. Wait, truly? That does sound like what you're building up to. That's really funny.
I know.
He's like, you're not... He points at himself. Like, when... You're not...
No, do you have... You don't have feelings for me, right? Like,
no, I thought we were chill, but I mean, if you...
Yeah, no, I thought we were... I think we're cool. Yeah, no, this is a whole different thing.
Okay.
I just need advice because okay, never mind. This was a bad idea. Anyway,
I just wanted to clarify. I have been on dates before, and some of them have been successful. The dates was successful. It was the relationship that ensued afterwards that wasn't as successful.
Do you think that was potentially part of the date thing? Because I don't necessarily...
It wasn't part of the date thing. The date thing was, like, fun. We would, like, mini golf or something. Like, we would do, like, some sort of, like, we played stick and ball and stick.
Hoop and stick. We gave each other stick.
Hoop and stick.
What an interesting first date.
We would, I don't know, you would, like, go get a drink and, like, talk, and she played music, so, like, sometimes we would do stuff like that. So, yeah. I don't know. The dates were activities, and those were usually fine. But...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so, like, skin ball would be potentially, like, a great...
If you're both into that, sure. It's best to find things that you both like.
Okay. Alright. Honestly, I think there's potential with skin ball. I'll think about it. Are you going to sleep relatively... Well, it's not that late.
It's like 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I know, but, like, I don't know how stressed you are. I almost died, so it's... Whatever. Anyway, it's fine. I'm gonna pull everyone together for a talk, and it's not gonna be fun, but I think everybody should be, well, everybody has to be there. So do you want to come with me to gather everyone? Okay, cool.
Before we gather everyone, he kind of like, as we're like walking out the door, he's like, who are you going on a date with? Come on, he like elbows you a little bit.
She almost stumbles, and then she's like, I don't know if the date is going to happen. We're gonna we'll figure it out. We're gonna take it slow and figure it out, but I feel like I should start thinking about these things, because if I have a plan, I won't freak out. But
don't put too much pressure.
It was Wash. Wash told me that he likes me.
Darren stops dead and is like, what?
No, don't scream! Shut up! She like grabs you.
He's like not laughing, like just like
shut up.
Kidding. No, that's great. I mean, good for you.
Did you see him in that loincloth?
Yeah, he was almost dead. It was awful. No, Yeah, no, I think it's, I'm happy about it, I think, yeah. I'm freaking out. It's fine. We should go talk to everybody.
Okay.
Okay.
But it's supposed to be a good thing, right? You don't have to.
I know, it just, there's a lot of other stuff going on, and I don't, it's just a lot. And it's new, which is terrifying. And I think, like, right now, I think I'm currently a little more comfortable with the idea of going and punching Balthazar than I am with that whole. It's a whole different kind of fear. It's whatever. It's fine.
Then let's focus on punching Balthazar, and I won't say anything. I swear. And he holds up his hand.
Science scouts on.
Science teams. Us.
There's a science team?
No. Yeah,
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. She holds out her pinky to you. You just gotta.
He looks it.
Cool. By the blood of our ancestors, we're bound. Okay. So let's go grab everybody, and then we'll be good.
Yeah, what you said.
All right. So you gather everybody to what? The courtyard, the dining room table.
We are in the lounge.
So when you gather everybody in the lounge, Maud probably will peek her head and be like, "Do I have to be here for this?"
Only if you want to know the plan.
She shakes her head and she shifts behind the corner back. But Fiora is there, Casimir is there, and everybody else. I would say too that you guys probably also by this point, Fiora and Casimir will explain what they explained to Shay and Issa.
The tome stuff.
The tome.
Got it. Okay, so some of you know this. I am not sorry for not telling everyone, but I contacted Balthazar actually, I think it was a day or so ago. Anyway, I contacted him because he was kind of a bitch the last time we talked and made a decision for me, and I do need to talk to him again because he knows shit about the weird magic that I have, and I want to know stuff about it because it is seemingly could be dangerous. That being said, I basically told him that I wanted to work with him, which was on the table when Wash and I were there. I didn't know if he was actually going to get back to me during the fight down there. He did get back to me, and he said he would give us another chance. And that we should meet him at the Summit Graduation Hall. So, I want potentially to go in alone. At least to start.
Well, he said us. So that's a full group invite, I think. Unlike the last time we didn't get a full group invite.
I think it's kind of like when you try not to make it a date and then you say us, but he meant Codex. I think.
No, I think he meant you.
All of us?
No, he meant all of you, yeah.
The reason that I want to go in alone to start, at least, is because I'm worried if we're all there, things are going to happen before I potentially can ask him more about the magic.
Do you think you can't ask him about that after we capture him?
I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know how the fight's gonna turn out. He could die, sorry, but he could.
No, she told you the entire thing she told Shay and Issa, so you know what the tome does, you know that they said if you guys can't get the tome, you're gonna kill him. Or we're gonna.
Yeah, but she's still gonna be sorry, I know that's gonna be upsetting to you, but he could die. I'm sorry, but that's a potential. Maybe he doesn't want to talk to me once he's captured. That's also a very good potential. Why would he talk to me if he thinks he doesn't have... And if you say he talks a lot, I can get him talking, and then maybe you guys can get into a better position to do stuff.
It feels like the perfect cover for us to find him in the first place. I mean, even if you do go in by yourself and we're just waiting outside, and you say you want to talk to him alone for a minute, then we can all come in later, and then now we're all there in a situation where we can do what we want to do. It just seems like a good setup.
I will probably... This is Kaz coming in. I will explain that when he says at the graduation summit hall, he does not mean inside.
Issa just puts her hand to her forehead.
Because if there's anything about Balthazar that needs to be known is he loves to put on a show, so it would make no sense to be inside of that dark graduation hall to show you the sun being blotted out. So
I see.
Sounds like a trap. So...
Well, so is the last one.
That's why I'm saying if maybe we split up, at least you guys will be in potentially a better position. Like, he'll know you're coming along, more than likely, right? Like, he'll know you're there. I'm not saying we're going to have a moment of surprise or whatever, but it might just give you a better positioning or whatever. We're not all just going to be in the middle of this stupid-ass courtyard just ready to be exploded or something.
Casimir still. Do you think we should follow, or do you think you should go completely alone and report back? And I'm asking not what do I think, I'm asking what do you think?
I think that if I go and then come back, this is our chance to confirm he's gonna be there. I think if I go and then come back, we don't really have a confirmation that he's ever gonna show up again in a place where we know.
So follow.
Yeah, I mean, I'd also rather not go alone. Like, he's scary.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, yeah, if Yar kind of jumps in, that makes sense. You go first, we follow in suit. The moment something goes down, we're right behind you. I mean, the sun is still up, so we have... Who knows if you go by yourself now that he won't just do it then.
I mean, you said he likes to make a spectacle, so maybe he wants us all there for his grand reveal of whatever he's doing to prove that he beat us.
I don't think you need to say maybe. I think it's most likely, yes.
So,
I was gonna suggest maybe tomorrow morning. Like, I'd like to rest. I did almost die.
Yeah, I think we should rest. Still bleeding.
But maybe tomorrow at... I would assume the most dramatic time would be noon, right?
Yes. Then yeah, you're right. You probably should all rest. It gives us time to grab some things of our own.
Yes.
Well, if you're all going to sit there in agreement, I think my brother and I will then leave back to the Naramont Society to grab a few things. And we will meet you back here.
so we meet at the graduation hall, and we'll go to the graduation hall at noon. That's what we decided.
From here, yes.
Okay.
Or at least Codex will follow.
Alright, well then we should be here probably an hour before, so we'll be there. We'll be here tomorrow.
See you then.
Yes, see you then. She kind of just stands up, and Casimir just kind of nods and follows her out.
Okay. I'm gonna go just get all my gear in line and probably head to sleep relatively early. If anybody has questions for Balthazar, let me know.
Do you want to have a sleepover?
Aww.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Anyone else want to have a sleepover?
Sure.
Cool.
Terrence looks at Wash.
We need to lighten the mood. We need to have a nice long rest before we all die. Like, let's get it in. Let's do it. Like,
Let's have a little pillow fight.
Alright, so nobody wants to say anything? Just resting? We're all resting?
I'm gonna do the thing with Wash. He's gonna, like, if we all disperse to our rooms, Terrence is gonna, like, knock on your door.
What?
It's Terrence, can you open up?
Wash opens.
He's, like, leaning weirdly against... Hey, big guy.
What?
So I heard that maybe you might need a little relationship advice.
Wash closes the door and goes to bed.
This isn't the last you'll hear about this. I'll bother you again.
At the little slumber party, Shay's definitely curled up in one of your guys' beds, whichever one of you would be okay with it. She'll be big spoon.
The queen-size hammock.
Yes, correct.
Do you all just like fold on top of each other? Because it's like
Yeah,
built up. You like
Because you're supposed to sleep diagonal on those so they don't, like...
stack you.
We're more than likely, I would assume we're in Issa's room because, like I said, Codex doesn't actually have a bed that we can like share reasonably comfortably. So.
yeah, no, we can all be in Issa's bed.
Perfect.
We do paint our nails.
We painted our nails.
We're here to fight you, Balthazar! Look at that!
What's up, idiot?
My burning hands.
I do not join the slumber party, but in fact, I watch the sunset and think about if we fuck this up, this might be the last one we see.
Oh. Well.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
My turn? Yeah.
I'm in my feelings.
Damn,
Yeah.
okay, bitch.
That's why Issa was like, let's have a slumber party. Because then we weren't in our feelings.
You all rest and get yourselves ready about the next morning until you hear like a knock on the front door that you're assuming has to be Fiora and Casimir.
I'll answer it. I open the door.
Okay, yeah. You see Fiora and Casimir, and you see next to them, you see Coward, the small purple. They're called blood beasts, but they look kind of like displacer beasts, but they don't have like the long tendrils. They're just like these kind of like bigger panther-esque dogs. And then you see the orange one, Israel, next to Fiora.
We're all just setting up, eating some lunch.
Also, they have horns. I forgot to say they have horns as well.
Both of them?
Mm-hmm.
We're all finished setting up, we're just eating lunch.
Alright, well then, I guess we better make our way then soon, so we have a plan set.
I think so. Yeah. Did we decide on official, like, I mean, I'm assuming I'm like walking them into like the dining room area where we're probably all sitting.
Mm-hmm.
Did we decide on the exact wording of the wish? Because I don't want it to be
Problematic.
Casimir just says, well, that would be one's jurisdiction here.
I'm torn between saying something like I want to undo Balthazar's wish, most recent wish, or I want to unblot out the sun.
I wanted to, if you have to say it in a way that is pleasure and of beauty because of the goddess, says Casimir.
I mean, you want. No, it's
Well,
not.
she's not a goddess.
How about I want the pleasure of the sun to continue to shine upon us?
Something like that, yeah. Or,
That was good.
yeah, something like that. Something I'd like to, the wish to see the sun unobscured. And blah, blah, which is something like that. Just in case we are correct in our theory that has to align with the gods' jurisdictions.
It's just nodding.
Alright, Codex, says Fiora. You'll lead the way.
Right. Okay. She has her new armor on. She like checks to make sure all of her weapons are on her, and then she kind of just like looks at everyone, nods, and kind of like turns on her heel and heads out.
You confident you can do this? Says Fiora.
I try to bring nothing but confidence to things that I'm not sure are gonna work.
Well, Fate of Fates, then I think now it's the time for you really to be the heroes. And that's what we're going to end today's episode.
The Table is Yours releases episodes in video and podcast format every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific. You can follow The Table is Yours everywhere by the handle @TTIYDND. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you at the table next time.